Hello, good morning. I'm back. Sorry for yesterday. I had the longest day yesterday and just, oof, no. I had to go out after I got home and it was a long day. Buy a suitcase. Just going home to Edmonton for Thanksgiving, but I didn't want my tiny, tiny little suitcase. So I'm in a bit of a state today. It's a bunch of things. But anyway, so we are pulling it together, realizing, of course, the universe is talking to me loud, my guides, whatever, loud, loud, loud. And that brings up stuff, right? Like, I know, I know, I know. Now what am I going to do? I know I need to change this. And then you get caught up in frustrating and beating yourself up. So it's a reminder not to do that. We got some really good cards today, and then we're going to read from Parallel Universes of Self. Very interesting. One of my favorite things we're going to talk about soon here. All right. The first two, and I chose to come from this deck because I did want some beautiful, powerful messages. Awakening Genius. Look at that card. Awakening the genius within you. Actually, it is also knowing you are fully supported by an invisible support and calling on that, knowing that you are a co-creator. God, source, universe, whatever is creating with you. You're not alone. The spirit, creative expression, bringing forth new information, birthing, knowing that your ideas matter. And I love this. The ancient Greeks believed that each person had a specific genius that acted like a spirit guide. Oh my God. I was like, I needed to hear this. Inspiring you with new ideas to further your evolution as an individual, as well as the evolution of all humanity. When we work on ourselves, when we become better, when we share our gifts, when we share who we truly are and what we're meant to do in this world, we affect the world. We affect everybody around us. You could say that genius is the spirit of creative expression. And when you tune into it, amazing things happen. That's like going to our imagination is really what it is. Neville Goddard, if you haven't heard of him, oh my God, like listen to everything he has up on YouTube. He's dead now, but it's a beginner of personal development kind of manifestation talk and stuff. And oh my God, what was I going to say about that? Shoot. He totally believed that your imagination was like God, coming from God, that it was like God. When you tap into that, that is God talking to you. And we all need to tap into that because we are meant to be creators. We are here to create. You could just be here to create a loving home for your family and others, whatever it is. That's what I mean. It doesn't mean something big. It's mean we're all here to create something for ourselves and to share with others and to make the world a better place. So it's talking about cultivating a playful relationship with that spirit, asking for guidance, tuning in, listening to your heart and soul. For me, messages, my intuition stuff comes in like Diana, not beating myself up, but as in Diana, it's like a soft voice, more like you are loved, you know your direction. I'm trying to think of other things that it'll say to me, but it calls me Diana. It calls me you. My beating myself up is like, oh my God, I'm so upset with myself. Why do I keep doing this? I know they're not, that's not my intuition talking to me. That's not my spirit guide. That's not my guide. You don't have to solve every problem with the only knowledge, memories, and experience you already have acquired. And that's what we tend to do. Well, I'm probably not going to do this because I've never done it before. And now the times I've tried, I failed, right? So we keep thinking like that. We go into the past looking for, because we can't foresee the future. So we cannot say, yes, it will for sure turn out. All we can look is to the back and say, well, it hasn't turned out, to behind us. But that's when you have to have faith in like your imagination and to say, I will do it. I am going to do it with no proof. You have to be okay with taking action with no proof. The word genius comes from the Latin geniere, meaning to bring forth or birth, and shares the same root as the word generate. You are at this moment about to give birth to a new mode of expression, and powerful one at that. Commit to partnering with your genius, and only deep satisfaction and success will result. And that is, we're all tuning in to connect with that inner being, right? That inner light that we have. And then the next card was a burst of magic, which is like, whoa, that's perfect. An epiphany, a sudden higher knowing. And that's what we're talking about, this sudden higher knowing. A sense that everything has a purpose, your purpose, a gift bestowed upon you, cultivating conscious contact with a higher power. That's what we're talking about. Coming to know what calls to you and lights you up. Oh, I love that. Such a good message. Such a good message, those cards. So let's tune to the book, Parallel Universes of Self. All right. Everything consists of energy, and it's all the same one energy. We are all consciousness. So you may believe, everybody's different, that God is a separate entity. God is God's energy. We are of Jesus or whatever. We're different and lower being. I don't believe that. I believe we're all the one consciousness, and we are all together. We are all together. We are all one, and we're all little fragments of this, of God's consciousness, or the one source consciousness. Vibrating, it's all the same, but vibrating at different frequencies, right? So we're all at different places in our life. We're all different because we vibrate at different frequencies, because we are human beings also. We have the programming, conditioning, and all that. That was brought onto us from our parents, from society, from how we grew up. So we become very different from each other, even though we're that same one source energy. So we vibrate at different frequencies or different densities, depending on how you want to look at it. This means that by solidifying thought, they become more dense. They turn into physical, material, everyday reality. What matters turns to matter. What you make matter turns to matter. I love that. Remember where I heard that. What you focus on expands. What you believe you receive. What you expect you get. But the frequencies, right? So love, you can look at, there is an emotional frequency chart. I think you can just Google that, emotional frequency chart. Love, joy, abundance are different frequencies on the scale. And then you have shame, guilt, anger, worry, fear that are lower frequencies, also lower densities. When we focus on something a lot, like it says here, you condense it. You make it more dense. So it becomes more real. It becomes more solidified. It wants to stay, right? It's going to stay because you're focusing on it all the time. So it's here with you because you're saying it's here with you, right? Your anger, your depression, your mood, whatever, a bad circumstance, it's here. You continually tell God, source, universe, and yourself, it's here, it's here, it's here, it's here, it's here, it's here. I want it to go away, but it's here, it's here, it's here. You're just condensing it. You're just solidifying. You're building those deeper grooves. It's harder to get out of a rut or a groove. You stay in it. It's so much easier. So that's what that does. Focus on something for 60 seconds and you are vibrating at the same rate. Focus on something for 3 minutes and you are starting to attract it into your life. This is what happens when you mix attention and intention. With attention, you are the object, and with intention, you are in the object. I know, these concepts are pretty cool. You become the object, right? So we actually, want to become the object. We want to be the one seeing ourselves living the life. When you practice visualization, you may visualize seeing yourself in the distance living the life, but you want to be the person living it, so seeing it through your eyes, so you wouldn't see yourself, you would see what you see when you're living that life. See what I mean? That's what it's talking about, is you want to become it. I am now that person who has that, who is living that. I see from my eyes, what I would see in the world. Sometimes when we visualize, we see ourselves walking with a romantic partner or walking down a beautiful beach, but we want to be the one walking on the beautiful beach. You know what I mean? Also, watch what you're focusing on. Again, this is just so confirming. And it is actually science, even though it is science. I mean, they've known that when we focus on matter, it becomes something, what we focus on. It becomes greater, it becomes bigger, give it more. And same with in quantum physics, it's like between a wave and a particle, the difference is that there's somebody viewing it. So it changes according to that, or something viewing it. I think that's what I wanted to touch on. So when when we focus more and more and more and more on something we desire as if we have it. So without the belief, this is impossible. If you can focus on you're walking on a beautiful beach, but if in your head you're saying, oh, yeah, like this will never happen, well, it's not going to happen. So practice being that person, practice seeing it from the point of having it and the feelings you would be feeling. We're going to do a blessing from the secret language of your body. And today it is on freedom, my favorite topic, my favorite value, highest value of all, freedom. Who else is with me on that one? All right, breathing, inhale, bringing in that beautiful loving energy. Exhale, releasing and relaxing, letting it go. And hand on your heart. Continue with your breath. Closing your eyes. Divine healing intelligence, please reorganize my consciousness with your violet ray of freedom. Allow me to experience the freedom of choice, confidence, and self-expression. Help me become independent, make empowering decisions, and pursue my dreams. Help me live my life free of internal change and conflict that limit my self-expression and exploration of life. Place me in an environment that gives me the freedom to discover my passion and the means to pursue it. Guide me to your own divinity and discover my greatness. Thank you. And then repeat the words clear, 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 so that you are clearing in a way any self-doubts, low self-worth, ways that you beat yourself up, any energy you're holding in your body, around your body, in your emotional state that are not of the highest good to you. Clear, clear, clear. Imagine a river of beautiful energy flowing down through your whole body and dumping everything down into the center of the earth that doesn't serve you anymore. You are loved, you are supported, and you are worthy and deserving always. Have an absolutely amazing day, and I'll see you in the next video.